So with this one trade here, same things again, right? And because we're on a smaller time frame, we're just looking at recent price action. So we don't need to scale out on higher time frames. The only reason we'd need to do that is identify our higher time frame points of interest. So let me stop scrolling in and out like this. All right. So already we'd identified a higher time frame one. I'm just going to go down with this really quickly. So again, liquidity in this area. I can see that this from this point here to this point here, I can see there was some manipulation because straight after this had happened, if I want to show you the liquidity, what I can see happened was we had a break of structure to the upside, right? Making new highs. So I'm already well aware that it's highly likely that price from what it's doing now with recent price action is just going to trickle and keep pushing down to this area, right? So I've already got in my head that I'm looking for sales. And bear in mind, where I'm looking now is on the 1 hour. So as I'm catching these moves, like this sell here, I've zoomed in now to the 10-minute and I'm looking at recent price action. So I'm just looking at what's happening here. Cool, yeah. So I've got that in mind. I can also tell right now we are in a pullback area because from this point to here, this is the pullback and we are in that area. So we're in this area, which is already sensitive as it is. So what I'm best doing before, as I was calculating this trade, as I zoom in, is I already know in mind that I'm looking to sell, right? I've already got my ranges in place as well. Well, I already know where we're going. I can see my liquidity here, equal level like that, like that. Or I can try stretch it out to the left here and use this as well. Regardless, it doesn't matter as long as we've got equal level. This is actually a better example, like this, because you can see it's literally equal, bruv. Like people would be
Yeah.
selling from here. Like these man will be selling. And the thing is, price will give them sometimes, innit? It will give them a little bit. As you can see, price came a little bit into profit from where they would have sold from, but then it just runs them out, yeah? So I had seen that.
Hmm.
I've got that in mind. I've seen that, yeah. So as I'm just watching price, I'm not trying to rush anything or nothing like that. I'm just watching price. So price is just doing its thing like this. Let me zoom in on the 2-minute. I'm just watching. This is all I needed, fam. This is all the confirmation I needed. As soon as we broke this low, right? Because I can see this is the last high, yeah? This is the low, this is the last high, and this is us breaking this low, yeah. And bear in mind, I'm not on the 1 minute looking at as price is doing this, yeah. So I'm just at home watching this. We've broke there. I already know from this open to this top, this is our institutional push, yeah. So I
Hmm.
had my sell limit just like that, and I was very confident that price was not going to come to this 50% this time, because price could have easily just done this, come to this 50 in it from this push. It could have just come out to
Yeah.
here and then carried on pushing to the downside. Normal. But I had it right here because I was so confident price is just going to react off the open, the 100%, and then keep pushing. So I'm just watching price. Yeah. Some people start panicking now, as you see. You know, you just seen that big drop there, little drop. People will be like, "Oh, FOMO,"
Hmm.
but then price comes and triggers us in. And then we just start pushing, just start going, doing his thing, and just like that, bro. Just like that. Literally, as long as we've got our basic perimeters in place, our liquidity, our break of structure, where we're going, and making sure we've actually got an institutional candle. We don't just want any push, yeah. We want to make sure that they look quite suspicious. And if I show you, so let me zoom out, maybe on like the 5 minute. Even without you like knowing what institutional candles, you can kind of just see that this momentum in itself, just greens like
Yeah.
that, is just sus. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what it is. You want to make sure you're trading the ones that look sus. And the more you start looking at the patterns, the more obvious it's gonna get eventually, and you're gonna fucking kill the markets, bro. I'm telling you, if you actually hone in and trade the way I do, dude, you can make a
Yeah.
lot of money, man. Like seriously, like a lot of money. But it just depends how serious you are.